All right, what's going on, everybody? I'm getting set to talk about some doctor stuff. Doctor, I don't know if it's Baxter or whatever, brings up some really good points about a lot of good things that I just want to break down, give correspondences for. Kind of like I thought about earlier today. This is not what I want to talk about, but a correspondence for like everybody staying indoors, you know what I mean? And then I was saying, by everybody staying indoors, you're going to weaken your immune system because we need to interact with germs and viruses. Hell, it's the viruses in our body and germs in our body, one of those two. But that's what sends signals for disease to start happening. So you want that shit to go haywire? Anyways, but by staying in the house, it's like a child. It's like a parent overprotecting the child and not letting the child outside. Or a parent overprotecting the child when they're a baby, not letting them go outside, washing their hands every 2 seconds. They don't build up the antibodies and they get sick all the time after. It's problematic. Or you protect your children, so you don't let them out. You overprotect them. You don't let your daughter have a boyfriend, or you don't let the boy, have some kind of freedom, or, don't let him borrow the car, or anybody, whatever the case is. And so then whenever they finally get to do that thing, because they've been suppressing this thing they wanted to do, and you guys built it up, you by the parents, built it up to be such a big deal, it's hard for them to not want to do it. So, and that's kind of like, that's a correspondence for what's going on today. We're all staying inside, and then when we finally do go outside, well, we're like that unprotected child, first time, who's never been taught by their parents what the real world is out there, what the dangers are, and how to deal with them. So the first time they get out, and they will get out, they're not prepared for the world, and then they get fucked over. Sleeping Beauty, story about that. She meets the fucking Prince Charming for like 5 minutes, in love with him, and then when he leaves her, she ends up becoming comatose and can't handle it. Tragedy of life is too much for her because she figured she'd meet Prince Charming and everything would be all good and fine and dandy. When really, she was just experiencing the first time ever seeing a boy she was attracted to, because she wasn't allowed to go to school or have friends or go outside the palace. She never got to experience interacting with other children, other boys, or whatever. And she had this overwhelming feeling, thought it was love because she's got no reference point, and boom. But anyways, that's not what I want to talk about. In the last video I posted with the comedian George fucking Carlin, or something to that effect, he was talking about how he stopped believing in the God of Christianity and he started believing in the Son, but then he said it was Joe Pesci. So then I played on a bunch of things like chaos magic and how Phil Hine used the whole pantheon. Created a whole pantheon, rather, of deities from the Star Trek characters. And then I said, during a convention or when a movie's playing, all these minds linked to that character. Well, you can draw power from that. No one's mind, subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between real and fake. So when these people are watching that movie or at a convention dressed up as their gods or their favorite characters in these movies, there's a lot of power in that, and he successfully was able to make that pantheon. He even made an egregore the one time, a mass egregore. He was getting a lot of bad press. People were calling him Satan worshiper, all these different fucking things that he wasn't. And he was thinking about creating an egregore to potentially, steal their souls, kill them, whatever the case was. But then he realized he had this insight, or he channeled it, or whatever the case was, I can't remember. But got the idea to make an egregore to keep making up these stories, start making it worse. He created a thought form that would go out and get people's minds against him. He wanted negative energy. He wanted their negative thoughts. He wanted a bunch of people saying that he was the worst thing on the fucking planet at that time. And it worked so fucking well that, his career skyrocketed after that, using a thought form. And it just so happens that I was going through my subscriptions after my daughter got out of her bath, laying on the bed, and I have I think it's Thunder Lizard something. I think he's one of the guys. He's on EA Quetting's channel a lot. I used to listen to him a long time ago. Anyways, he was on there, and I haven't watched the video in a while. And he starts off by, he's reading his comments, but he starts off by saying he has come out and admitted to being a hybrid, half human, half lizard. And then he's reading the comments, and a bunch of people are dissing him or saying they don't believe it, but they appreciate the content, blah, 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 blah. So the whole time he goes through the episode saying that he is, in fact, a hybrid lizard. He shows a picture that is him, which is very hard to even make out. But, and he's kind of a cross of the new Spider-Man, the one with the lizard guy there. Fucking kind of looks like that face, to be honest. First thing I thought of, it's like, well, obviously this is a doctored version from the Spider-Man fucking film with that lizard dude. But anyways, or the many that are on the internet that look very similar. And, you know, and I'm not dissing him. It's kind of why I'm saying this, because I left a comment, and maybe my comment came off as if I don't like him or I'm dissing him. And I was trying to just convey a multitude of sides on what was going on, because there's people saying that, you know, a bad guy's gonna burn in hell, fucking whatever the case is, bunch of stupid shit. So I simply wrote that everybody is part lizard, because of our brains. We are the first brain is the lizard brain. It's the oldest brain. Then the next one, who's not as old as the lizard brain but still pretty old, is the one where forces coming through, whether it's deity, egregore, servitors, the planetary energies, your chakras, whatever, however you want to look at it. Fucking envy, hate, jealousy, fear, basically scarcity, poverty, well, not poverty, but anything that's one of these forces that can overpower you and make you do stuff that you wouldn't normally do, like walking in on your wife or husband cheating on you, and you kill both of them. And there's a reduced sentence from fucking Saturn's court, fucking with the judges. Even the judges understand that is something that took control of him. Now he still does time, but not as much time as either one of the premeditated first degree or second degree. I forget which one's the one where you really thought about it, like months on end planning it, versus I think first degree is just impulsive, but you knew what you were doing. Like you knew you wanted to kill him, and you still killed him anyways. Well, those two, the premeditated one is the longest, and the next one, and then the one I just mentioned, the crime of passion and Mars energy. When you're passionate about something, people get passion and love misconstrued all the time. Two different energies. Love is something that, and it's hard to describe anyways, but passion, Mars being, you know, the red for the devil or whatever the case is, fire, right? So any extreme on any of these energies, and within our own bodies, we're going to have polarity. We're going to have what's perceived as good and bad. But once again, and this was another part of my comment, we're both made up of negativity, or not negativity, well, although there is that, but negative energy and positive energy. And our goal is to become the middle pillar. There's no point in trying to be all positive or all negative. That's too easily done. It's been exploited. The job now is to become the middle pillar, not to be too positive, not to be too negative. But anyways, I was just simply commenting, saying he was basically spelling it out that he wants attention. He wanted attention for his site. He wants people to watch all the debunking, and a bunch of people said they made a site or a video proving that he's not a lizard. She said, everybody go watch that and come back here, and I want you to come back every day and watch my site to see if I'm a lizard or not. So he's spelling it out. He wants attention. And, you know, and then I offered up another idea saying that, well, like I said, we're all reptiles because of a reptile brain. We're all part lizard, just like people say they're star seeds, you know, or they say they're part Pleiadian or whatever. Well, what the fuck is wrong with him saying he's part lizard? Let him be. But he wants your energy. And I wrote in the comment, you can go look at it if you want. Maybe I'll put a link maybe in the video, so you can get to the last comment. It's still mine, I think. Hopefully, maybe there's more after that. I don't know. I haven't checked today. But so that was my point. I was trying to say that, you know, fuck it. Who cares? Let him be it. You can change, because I use a sigil too. Well, it's to protect me and my family mostly, in case anybody that watches me doesn't like what I say, and either intentionally or unintentionally sends me harmful energy. I don't want my family to be affected by that. So on top of the servitors and thought forms that I create to protect my family and myself, and to do other things that are always around my person and my property, but I also have transformation sigils all over the place, and then I actively activate them when I feel there's need, when I think something's coming. Anyways, none of that's important, but a simple activation, our sigil that I learned from Birch, transforming sigil. You can transform positive and negative energy into anything you want.
Because energy is energy. And what's currency? Well, currency is what we use for what is money. There's a reason they added a definition for electricity, for energy, to what we use for money. So money has this definition, this word attached to it, that is also a word for electricity, because it is a type of energy. I wouldn't go as far as say money is a spirit, even though you can call on Mammon and get Mammon to hook you up with some cash, and you don't have to do any fucking demon worship or selling your soul or nothing. Nothing at all. I've used Mammon a few times and he fucking works like a charm. But point is, he's either trying to be part of that egregore group, or because if one person or many people think he actually is a reptile, then he can get energy from that. They're going to put him in that group when he can get the big energy that is associated with reptiles. And trust me, there's a lot there. Even people that don't believe in magic, obviously, but believe that there's a reptilian group controlling the world. For every person that thinks Queen Elizabeth and all the royals are reptiles, and all the presidents and all the Illuminati are all reptilians. Well, he can get all that energy if people associate him with them. And then boom, he can become a fucking millionaire. It's not hard. It's not rocket science. It's a little unevolved, to try to manipulate people and to do that, which was another thing I brought up after the whole thought form thing. He's just trying to get energy. And, even on a base level, like I said, he's basically spelling it out. He wants your attention, because your attention is energy. What you put attention on expands. What you focus on expands, But anyways, but it's a pretty low level of fucking magic he's doing. I'm trying to manipulate people, but whatever. People are going to tune in, and maybe he's got a lot of haters recently, so he figured, hey, if they don't like me, if they're going to hate me, then I might as well use that to my benefit too. And a depolarized person can do that, and probably is, and he does seem very depolarized. Either that, or he's like a paid actor, just kind of create content, and so fucking be it. We have the choice to either tune into him or not. And you're going to keep tuning into his channel to find out if he's a lizard, and yet you're going to make fun of the guy. Like, come on, let it go. Do something beneficial to yourself. But, there's maximum of law, but I can't think of it. But he who can be fooled, to let them be fooled, or something like that, which basically states that you're going to be fooled. Don't blame the guy that fooled you. You're the one that fucking tuned into it. You're the one that allowed him to fool you. But I said there's no difference between him trying to create people scared and fear him and think he's some evil entity to get attention, to get ad revenue, to sell merchandise, for people to hire his services. There's no difference between that and the media doing that for commercials and God knows whatever else. So anyways, if I did come off as a dick in that, I hope he, if he does ever see this, or anybody that sees it, I wasn't trying to insult him. I was trying to teach, because I also offered another reason why he might be doing it, which was, one was to teach. Many, it was a big long comment. But yeah, the last one is maybe he's exploring his dark side. Maybe, and I don't think this is probably true, but if you are the type of person that thinks good and evil is God and devil, well then you got to embrace the devil inside you, because we're made up from all of these things. We're made up of both good and bad. And if you think there is no God and devil, but there's Pleiadians and reptilians, well, then you got to embrace the reptilian inside of you. We both have them. We're both negative and positive. And you have to realize that, because if you don't, and you blame something for what you do wrong, instead of owning that is in you and can be released anytime, well then yeah, you're in trouble. You're in big trouble. So maybe he's just exploring his dark side. So anyways, yeah, I'm going to start getting into the doctor stuff, because the video I wanted to play here on you by Dr. Rashid Butler, and he was on a podcast being interviewed. It's been deleted from my one playlist that says must see. So yeah, good thing I recorded some of it. Haha, bitches.
Wave's going to happen. They're going to ease the restrictions right now. People are going to start coming out. And people have been in their houses. They've been stressed out. They come out. Their systems haven't adapted enough, because they've been stressed out. They're walking out into an environment. Again, it's like they've been kept in a sterile environment. People are going to get sick when they come out, just because they've been away from each other. So that's a normal process. When you have a bunch of people together, people are going to get a little sick. They're going to introduce the vaccines. More people are going to get sick. The new technology that's being rolled out while we're being kept in homes is going to be turned on. And a lot of people are going to get sick. So you got a combination of people coming back out from their sterile, closed-in, protected environments into a public environment where everybody's the normal, just like a normal person when they come out into the store and you touch a grocery part or something like that, then you catch a normal flu. So people are going to get sick from that. Then they're going to be introducing the vaccines that are going to make more people sick. And then you've got this new technology that's going to